Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jhems and I am the owner of small business called Jhems Grantham Creations. On this video, we are doing a sewing tutorial. This is requested by our follower Angela D. Hi Angela, shout out to you. And finally, we're doing this. So this is our makeup bag, our toiletry bag. This is the most saleable product I have. So when I was making a video of doing this in a bulk and posted it on my Facebook account, there are like messages that I received requesting or ordering for it. And thank you for everyone who purchased this. I also remember when I did the crafts fair, I sold one big one. So I'm doing 3 sizes. I sold one big one and one medium. This is the medium. So let's compare it. And also I have the smallest size, which is this. So I personally uses the medium size, and this is the most saleable size that I have. So we are doing this size because I think this is the most convenient as well. You want the big size if you are traveling or if you've got a big bag or, put a lot of things with it. But if you're like, it's everyday use, you probably want the medium size or the small size. And remember, we did the keychain version of it last time. And thank you for everyone who watched it. Thanks, guys. This time we can do the medium size now. Oh, by the way, I forgot to share with you. I've made this bag last week. So it's a zipper tote bag. Wait, let me try and wear it. I'm actually trying to find the right size. I'm using one for work, but I'm not really happy with it. So I'm trying to find the right size that I wanted. Probably gonna post it on my vintage shop. So yes, let's continue. What do we need for our project? We need our pattern. This is the main thing. So we need a 31 by 38 centimeters. This is already cut. So this is 5 centimeter. This is 5.5 centimeter. And then this will be 9 centimeter. And obviously this will be again 5.5 centimeter and 10 centimeter. I'm gonna add this pattern on the description below. And also I'm gonna make like a print of it. And I'm gonna post it somewhere so that you can see it. We need our fabric. We need the main fabric and a lining and a zipper and also our wadding. So this is the main fabric that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use the same pattern as what I have behind me with the bag. So we need our zipper. The zipper is quite longer than the pattern itself. But this is, let's say this is 31 centimeter. My zipper is probably around 39 to 40 centimeters, so it's a bit longer. We're gonna trim the excess of it. We just want to be sure that we have enough zipper. Next is the wadding. So this is the one. When I'm quilting, I usually add extra centimeters to my fabric. So if this is 31 centimeter, I added 5 centimeter with it, so it became 36 centimeters. And this is 38 centimeter. When I cut my fabric, it is 43 centimeters. So this is 36 by 43 centimeters. The same thing with our main fabric, 36 by 43 centimeters. So what I usually do, because I usually start my quilting in the middle, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark the middle part of it. So you can either iron it or line it with a pen. So this is to be sure that we are quilting it straight. And if I am lining it with a pen, I usually use the pen that will be erased once I ironed it, so it doesn't leave any mark. So I've ironed the middle part of it just to give me the line wherein I can start my quilting. And when I'm quilting, I'm using this thing here. This is to give a space, a gap here. That's the gap for my quilting. So I'm just gonna change this and put this on. Usually I use the cream color thread, but this is white, it's all right. And also I am using the length size for number 4. So I'm gonna start quilting now. Now that we've quilted it, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut our actual pattern. So now we cut our main fabric. We should have our main fabric, which is the same as the pattern, our lining, and I am going to add a pocket with it. So this is 9 centimeter by 12 centimeter folded, and it is 2 pieces. So it's like that. 9 centimeter, 12 centimeter. This is the part that's folded. And when you open it, it should be like that. So what we're gonna do with this is we will just stitch it around and leave a gap here wherein we can flip it inside out. So show it to you. So I've stitched it, I've left that gap open. The gap is in the longer side. So I'm just gonna trim these corners. I don't usually add pocket. Just gonna flip this inside out. So what we have to do next is we need to attach our pocket. So I just put it in this part, you know, the in between this, because later on this is gonna be folded. So I've just put it here in between, and I'm just gonna stitch it on the side and at the bottom. We're gonna leave the upper part open because that's our pocket. Now we've attached our pocket. It's here. So the next step is we'll go back to this main fabric. If you want to add your label, this is the time to add it now, because later once it's all attached, it will be difficult to add it or stitch it. So I am just gonna find which side I want to put it in. So I'm gonna put it here because this is the correct side. Since my print or my fabric print is just a straight one, once this got folded, this will be like upside down. So I want my label on this part, which is the correct side. So I'm just gonna find the middle, put a bit of mark with it. I'm just gonna trim a small part there so I know where the middle is, and I will attach the label, or I put it there, and I'm just gonna stitch it around. The next thing we have to do is we need to add our zipper. The zipper that I'm using is this kind wherein you can separate it. So we just need to find the middle part of it. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna draw a line. By the way, this is an erasable pen. So once I iron this part, the color will be removed. How do you put the zipper? I'm gonna put my camera down. So this is my right side fabric. This is the middle part. Got to be careful, my stitch is coming off. So this is my middle part here. I'm just gonna put them together, so right sides together. I'm gonna put this, gonna clip it. And then I'm gonna add my lining. So with the lining, it's the same thing. It's right side together. So this is my right side. And then I'm gonna stitch them all together, the three of them. So the main fabric, the zipper, and also the lining. I'll stitch them here, doing back stitch from the beginning at the end. So I have stitched the zipper on one side, as you can see. Now the next thing is we need to stitch the lining to the main fabric. So I've said it many times before that this is important because I remember I have an old pouch bag that I made before, and I skipped this part and the zipper got stuck to the lining and I couldn't open the pouch. So that is the trouble with it, and this is why it is important. So when I'm stitching it, what I usually do is I clip this, or I'm gonna put a pin somewhere just to hold the lining to the main fabric, and so that it will keep it in the position. So we're gonna do one side first because we have to do something else on the other side, because that is where we're gonna leave an opening to flip it inside out. So we'll do this side and we'll do the other end. Now we've stitched this part, so the lining and the zipper and the main fabric are all stitched now. So it's nice and clean here outside. We have to do the next side now. So what we will do is we'll attach this zipper same way as we did with the other side. So what we have to do is we will stitch this first without the lining. So we'll attach the zipper to the main fabric, stitch it, doing back stitch at the beginning, at the end. Now I've attached the zipper to the main fabric. I just did the first stitch. I haven't done this final stitch yet. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put this together again. The lining, the zipper, and the main fabric. We are using this side to flip it inside out later. So what we have to do with this is we will leave an opening a bit smaller than this part. So we'll probably start from here up to here. We'll leave that open. So we're gonna stitch this part and this side as well. And then the middle part, we'll leave it open because we will use that when we flip it inside out. So put a mark there. If you can see my mark, so I put mark there and there. This will be left open, this side will be stitched, and this side as well. Now that we've attached the lining to the main fabric together with the zipper, leaving this part open, we have to flip it inside out and stitch the other side. Remember, we've done this before on the front area. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stitch this as well. We're gonna make the final stitch for the zipper, but the same as usual with the opening, we're gonna leave that part open. So we're just gonna stitch it until that line that we've done earlier. So we've done this side. It's all attached now with the lining, with the final stitch there. And again, we still have this open. So we have to just add the zipper now. So my trick with the zipper is, usually I trim a bit of this metal part here. Now you have to decide how you want your zipper to be in, like how you want it when it gets open, trim. So I trimmed a bit of this metal there. I'm gonna insert. So I've inserted that a bit. Now I will insert this part. This will make it really easy to put your zipper in and to align it. So I've adjusted it the same size. And then I'm just gonna slide it. So can you see it's almost aligned, so it's not too bad. Now we're gonna put this back again, same way as how we did it earlier. Insert that and then just adjust it, and there you have it. Your zipper's there. So the next thing we have to do is we have to flip this around. I forgot one thing. This is how it was before. When I was first doing this, I don't usually put the tab ends here like this part. And I realize it's nice when there is something like that, because you can use that to pull the ends or to pull your zipper. This is the time to put it, and I don't have it, so let me do something quickly and add it first. So I've got a small fabric here. Fold it and iron it, and then fold it again inside. And just stitch it both sides. So I got two pieces here. You can skip this if you don't want this. We'll match this all together. I realized I have a trick here. So, you know, we need to stitch this all together, and we have a really fluffy wadding here. So what I tend to do is I tend to remove this in this part. It's because when we stitch it and it's so thick, it can break your needle. So I don't want that to happen. Not for you and not for me. So we'll use that trick. So, and now we will just attach them together. Make sure they're all aligned as much as possible. Now we will insert our tab ends. So I folded it. The folded area will go inside. I'm gonna squeeze it in here. This is your open. So all the open part will be outside because you're gonna stitch it. And I placed it somewhere around the middle of the zipper. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so we'll remove this excess wad in here so that it's not very thick. And again, insert our, position it in between the main fabric and the zipper. Insert the one that's folded inside. Now what we'll do is we have to stitch this. So we have attached the zipper now. Just make sure that you've caught all the fabric that needs to be caught. I've stitched mine twice just to make sure that they will be strong enough. Now I'll trim the edges. So we need to flip it inside out later, so just make sure that you open your zipper. And now we'll do the corners. So this is the one that's a bit challenging. So you have to box this like this, and then you have to do the same thing with the lining and then stitch them. So I'm showing it to you. Wait, finish like that. then stitch this. So what I tend to do is I'll do it one by one. So I'll do this part, stitch it here, and then I'll do the next corner, and the final corner. One done. We'll do the others. Okay, we are in the last corner. So again, we have to fold this like that. Make sure you catch all the fabric. You don't want to be redoing it later on. Stitch it. Let's flip this inside out and let's see what's gonna happen. So remember, you have your open in there. That's where you're gonna flip it inside out. Remove all the clips. Okay, this is the time for you to check if you missed any fabric, if you missed to sew any fabric, because you can still flip it inside out. So I think mine's all good. Now, so we have a simple pocket there. Now we have to close this. So what I tend to do is I just try to fold it facing inside so that when I stitch this, it's all nice and clean. We are going to stitch this together with this, so we'll stitch them all together. Remember, we stopped here at some point. This is all good, this is all stitched, but we stopped here and then on the other side as well, because we left this open for us to be able to flip it inside out. So now we have to stitch them all together so that it's nice and clean, similar to the other side. So we'll just try to do it. In fairness, it's a success. It's not too bad. So yes, this is it. We're done. So this is what I was telling you earlier. It's easier to open and close the zipper if you have the pull tabs. Also, you can add some, maybe a wristlet or something here, so that you can just bring this with you when you go to the shop. Or you can also add something like, yeah, sling, so that this can be your bag. But also you can add a ribbon like this to make it really cute. So this is, I'm gonna teach you how I do mine. So I've got this 25 centimeter by nearly 6 centimeters. So I folded it into half. So guys, I just try to draw this like this. You don't really need to do this, but I thought it would be nice if there is like something to put, like a ribbon. So I'm gonna cut 2 pieces of this in a fabric so that I can make it. So I've got the shape here. I know it looks so weird, but anyway, we'll stitch it first and we'll leave this part open so that we can flip it inside out. We'll trim the excess fabric later on. And we're done. Yes, so this is our front and this is the final touch. We just have to there you go. Oh my gosh, it is so cute. So again, we've got our pink lining. We also have a pocket inside, zipper, pull end tabs, and it's just so cute. What do you think about this, guys? So I hope you make your own version of this, and if you have any question or any suggestion as well, just put it on the comment down below and we'll reply to you. I hope you were able to make your own, and I hope you enjoy this. I hope this video has been useful to you, and if you know anybody who is or who wanted to learn how to sew something like this, please tag them or please share this video to them, and let's let everyone to see it. I hope you like this, guys. I really like this. Just remove the excess fabric and iron those pen outs there, and they will be erased. I love this. I like this. Oh, now it matches this. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video has been useful for you, or if it is useful to somebody else, please tag them or share the video to them. And I hope you have a good day, everyone. Thank you all for watching. I love you all, guys. Thank you.